What's up, guys? Steve, we're sketching things. Hey, excuse me. I had a request video to do a comparison between the Miller Brothers T1 and the Heeter MOW. Versus a battle. No, just kidding. I think they're two really similar but different knives, if that makes any sense. And I think I've been thinking about it a while. He asked me a while ago, and I've got some time. And I've been thinking like thinking about them and likes, dislikes, stuff like that. But really, a comparison. They're similar in size, right? And that's about it. Then after that, they're right. They really are about the same length. It looks, obviously the Heeter looks way bigger down here because of this, but then you switch it around and you know how the camera, right? Look, it's just pivot to pivot, pivot to pivot. Yeah, the attitude adjuster, got a little bit more blade on this, and I got these really about the same time too. And I would say we'll just kind of go like, this is a very, when I look at these, this is a very industrial looking knife, right? It just looks, that industrial feel. I don't know what you call it, but it's just, that's the vibe it gives me, right? Industrial, solid. When I look at this knife, when I look at the Heeter, it's a very, to me, it's menacing looking, right? It's everything from the look to the grind to the skull crusher, attitude adjuster, back spacer, whatever you want to call it, which has been very handy. I just pried open a paint can with it the other day. But yeah, this is just, look at that bevel. It's just, that polished wide grind on here with the compound grind. It's just a menacing looking knife, right? The pivots in your face, the kill notches, the back spacer. And don't get me wrong, like if you look at Miller Brothers work, Tim, the brother that does the folders, the dude makes some insane knives too. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying there's just different styles, right? Similar that they're both big. The Miller Brothers is a little thicker, okay? Blade stock, I would say, is the same. I'm not going to measure them, but maybe the Miller Brothers is no, I think they're about the same. Right, frame locks, I would say I much prefer the pocket clip on the Heeter. Dave's pocket clip worked a lot better, and I've mentioned this before. This pocket clip, basically, I've only just carried this at work because that pocket clip is so tight, and I've tried to, but carrying this every day would just be a pain in the ass trying to get this in and out of pocket. And I know that can be remedied. But right now I haven't carried this anywhere but work, and you can kind of see, right? Very expensive, I think, for what you get. I can get, and I do have another one of these on the way. You can literally get two Heeters for the price of this. Is this twice the knife? No. If it came down to it, I would carry this every day over this, if that makes any kind of sense. I don't know don't get me wrong, I love both of these knives. I love this thing on the job site. I love that choil I can choke up on. But EDC, and I've carried this at work too, but for me, this is just an epic EDC knife. And like I said, price-wise, I don't see that this is $1,000 more than, actually this is more. Like I said, I got another one of these on the way, and I'm still in both of these for less than I paid for this Miller Brothers. So do I see a second Miller Brothers in my life ever? I probably not. Maybe I keep looking at their fixed blades. I'm not a fixed blade guy, but he makes the M8 recurve that I love recurve blades. But no, probably not. I will probably never own another Miller Brothers. And I don't know what their warrant, like, I know you're not supposed to open up their knives, right? I don't know if they open up, like, I don't know, like, for when you spend this kind of money and you're putting this kind of wear on a knife, right? They want you to use them. I don't know, like, years down the road when this thing's beat and ragged, if I can send this in and they'll spa it, where I know Todd will spa this later on. Not that it's a big deal, right? These are all users, but it's a nice touch when you spend this kind of money on knives that, yeah, carry them, use them, put snail trails on them, put dings and scratches on them, and not for resale. But some guys do that. I know it happens in the Chris Reeve group a lot, where guys will beat the hell out of a knife, send it in for spa, and then sell it as new or freshly spa'd, and it's worth more because it's all brand new. Not for that, but just for your own personal, like for me, like a reason would be once this is carried so much, and I love that rough feel, you know, that rough blasted feel, fresh out of the box. So yeah, someday it would be nice to, not now, I've only had this thing a couple months and it's nowhere near spa, but like you said, you know, carrying it at work, you're gonna see that. You just, the chatter you get from banging up against metal, you know, the more and more use, the finish is going to come off, just like on this. So I don't know if Miller Brothers, and I've looked on their site, but I don't think they offer a spa. You know, not to tip off, but just, you know, I don't think this was any kind of coating. What's it? It's probably just a acid edge, probably. And it doesn't need it either, but I'm not saying like, it's fun to carry knives and put marks on them, right? To get use out of them. I just didn't know if that wasn't even an option with Miller Brothers. Not, like I said, Todd and Tim, excellent knife makers. Excellent. I would love to go to a blade show sometime and just talk to Tim. I could probably hit him up. Oh my God, that might be the first time I've ever used the lock bar and it was on camera. Finally, this thing is 3 months old now. When did I get this? End of first part of September, October, November. So we are at the end of November, and I can finally look at that. It's a lot of effort and a lot of work. I've just been clawing this thing. Where Dave's was no problem, and I did a comparison video between mine and Dave's. And my thumb, I don't think I want to. We'll keep working on it. Just carry and use. I did carry this around the house a little bit yesterday just for fun last night. But yeah, I don't know, like, you know, one's flipper, one's on bearings, one's on washers, one's thumb stud, very stiff. You can control this. I love this pivot that you can control the, you know, you can tighten it down, you know, you get a little wiggle. It's got the rolling detent on there so you can adjust it if you like it. You know, this is a very purpose-driven knife. Like, yeah, for me, fidgeting is slow rolling. But you're not going to just pull this out of your pocket to play with it. Where this, you know, it's a purpose-driven cutting tool, but I also get the joy of it's kind of fidgety, right? Thumb it open, finger flick it open. Femi's in here helping me out. So it's really, I think, your style. And maybe it's just a big knife person, right? If you're a big knife person, you're going to enjoy both of these. And I know, I'd like to hear Dave chime in, because I know Dave might be the only other person I know personally that has a Heeter MOW and a Miller Brothers T1. Accessibility. I know I called these guys on the phone because I had a question, and that was fine. Todd is very personable and literally, you know, you can call him up and talk to him on the phone. So yeah, I've talked to both of them on the phone. Obviously, I've talked to Todd a lot more and a lot longer. That was just a shipping question on this one. So I don't know. It's not a versus. I'm not picking one over the other. I guess I would. Like, if I could only, you know, I'm just value-wise. I'm not saying this wasn't worth what I paid for it, but like I said, I can get 2 heaters for one Miller Brothers. And then also being said, I'm glad I have this Miller Brothers. You know, I love that choil. I love being able to choke up. It's that got the weight and heft I like, just like this. They're similar, like I said, they're similar that they're both big. And then it just kind of ends there. It's just kind of what I'm in the mood for that day. Like, I don't know. They are very similar. I don't think you could go wrong with either, honestly. I don't know about their process. If you can spec a knife to what you want. I know Todd, you can get with Todd and spec a knife and he'll build it how you want it. I don't know if Miller Brothers will do that. That would be a question for them. But both amazing machines, because that's tools, because that's what these are. These are high-speed tools, you know. These are very well done. I don't have any complaints on either of them. I mean, the pocket clip and the lock bar is a complaint, but is it enough of a complaint that it's made me sell the knife to it? This knife's not going anywhere. Like, yeah, it's a gripe, but at the end of the day, it's like I just live with it. It was just like I figured out, okay, I'll just claw it closed. It is still breaking in though. It's still getting smoother and smooth. It is very smooth. This, you know, I don't know. I just fell in love with it. They're so unique. Look at this. Both of these are very unique. Go look on both of their Instagram pages, and they're just artists. It's insane what what Todd and Tim do with I don't know if it's Tim or Timothy, what he prefers. What they do. Yeah, I can't really right now. It's just a show off. Like I said, I'm sorry if I didn't really answer it. They just wanted to know. They wanted to do a comparison video, and I'm just kind of doing a side by side. That looks much larger there, but really without that backspacer, similar knife. The T1 is just thicker. Both great knives. You can't go wrong with either one. Custom American made. Yeah, very expensive. It's not. I mean, I'm not calling this inexpensive, but for what these go for, it's insane. Don't get any ideas, Todd. Don't raise your prices. So, yeah. But that being said, like I said, I got one more of these on the way. This will probably be my only one. He does make some badass recurves, though. So who knows? Who knows? Never say never, right? So that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.